Welcome back to the exchange. It's been a volatile day for shares of Twitter after the company announced CEO Jack Dorsey is stepping down effective immediately. The company's chief technology officer, Parag Agrawal, will be taken over. Dorsey co-founded Twitter in 2006 and ran the company until 2008 when he was forced out of the CEO role. He returned in 2015 and the stock has rallied more than 75% since then. Joining us now is Jason Helfstein, managing director and head of internet research at Oppenheimer. Jason, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
What do you think accounts for the stock move, a pop and now a drop?
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of argue that there are very few, I don't know how many, CEOs of public companies who run two public companies. And, I think that's been a criticism. So, you had that. We can kind of talk about why. I think when people saw perhaps maybe the promoting the CTO and not doing, and I don't know him, so I'm making no judgments, but not kind of looking for, doing a formal search. Maybe people were disappointed in that. Mm-hmm. I think you folks and I think others have been talking about why maybe he decided to do this, and you've had some Bitcoin claims. So is Jack less excited about Twitter than he's about Square? So you can kind of probably, volatile market, right? We can kind of come up with different reasons, but this was an unusual situation to have kind of, being the CEO of two public companies.
So right now, are you more optimistic about the stock than you were, say, 5 hours ago before the news was out, Jason? Or, the first things that came to my mind when I heard the news is I thought, oh, maybe they're going to sell the company because they didn't do this extensive CEO search, or really bad earnings are coming. It's going to be a really bad quarter. Really bad things are coming down the pike. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a little less worried about being a bad quarter. We actually think this is going to be a pretty good quarter for brand advertising. They don't really have some of the headwinds around Apple that some of the other companies have. So we actually think it's going to be a good quarter. Look, him not being there doesn't make it easier to sell the company. Maybe a little bit, but I can't imagine he would have really stood in the way, if it was fair value. Look, I do think a disappointment, like, this is a very interesting company with a lot of opportunity, and would there be a lot of people out there who would want to run it? So that's probably. If you just back up and look at the metrics in the past, look at a 2-year CAGR, they've grown monetization 23 users 23%, at least in the U.S. on a 2-year basis, and then monetization is up 17. And when we take a step back and think about this company, on average, people probably spend about half the amount of time per user than they spend on some other companies. So you still have that opportunity to increase time spent. They are improving the monetization gaps. Look, Jack, definitely visionary. We think he put together a pretty significant technology roadmap for them. I think the issue with this company has been execution. I think it's been a little bit less about what do we need to do, but let's actually kind of roll up our sleeves and do it. And he really has improved product innovation. So, look, I think for the next, what do you want to call it? 24 months, they have a pretty straightforward roadmap, I think, what they need to do. And now it's really execution.